I'll just have to make sure I'm recording this properly because yesterday the stream, for some reason, didn't have any sound. So I think I'm coming through okay, am I? Nice morning. Morning, Aaron. Morning, Amir. Morning, Ifu. Morning, Dill. Morning, Silver. Morning, Clarence. Hope you guys are well. And let's get into the market, shall we? I don't think it'll be a long stream today because of the lack of pairs on my watch list, but put anything that you want me to look at. And Silver, I forgot to look at that USD Turkish, so I'll do that as well. Okay, SPX 500 is pushing on. It is strong. Momentum is there. We've crossed above and closed above this 200 on the daily. The yen has obviously been very weak on this movement to the upside. Whether that continues, we'll have to wait and see because of those slight extensions. But, you know, it still has to be risk on. You know, we broke in through these anchors. Same as yesterday. We thought maybe we'd have a pullback. We did have a slight pullback on this 4 hour. Here, but it's got momentum. You know, we're breaking through anchors quite, I don't want to say easily, but quite extensively now, and moving to the upside. So this is our next main goal, which you'd expect the market to get there. Possibly we have a pullback at this area. We'll have to wait and see on this chart. But at the moment, we've got to go with momentum. And I know it's easy for me saying, okay, it's risk on, sell the yen, sell the Swiss. But, you know, within the actual pairs, morning, Audrey. Morning, John, mate. Morning, John. Within the actual pairs, there's massive extensions, right? So we could be seeing a process where markets are looking good, but we're just simply getting a possible pullback in that yen pair or in that Swiss pair against the commodities purely just because of the way they've moved, you know, purely because of the way they moved, and they have moved pretty well. So, yeah, it is risk on, but you know, it might. This is why it's probably slim pickings, because I haven't been involved in these kind of moves. We tried to get involved in, not quite got involved in them, and unfortunately, got to let them digest a wee bit. But it is risk on for sure. It is risk on for sure. Markets are looking okay. However, also what I'll say is again, as I said yesterday, if we see some resolution, this could actually move, you know, completely move as well with the yen coming off. So we'll have to wait for that. Although, be it doesn't look likely at the moment. Dollar today, the dollar. The dollar, what is the dollar doing? I've gotten this wrong every single day. When I say it's going up, it goes down. When I say it's going down, it's going up. What's the dollar doing? I think the probably easiest way to play this would be wait for confirmation on a break above here or break below there. JXY, yeah, absolutely. Currency indexes are absolutely reliable. There's people that use them extensively in terms of they're figuring out whether a currency is strong or weak, whether it's a good time to buy a currency. So yeah, I like the idea of analyzing indexes, you know, the XYs. So yeah, absolutely reliable, absolutely. There's a guy in Forex Signals called Max who does it extensively. He looks at every currency index before he places a trade on a certain pair to see whether it's a good time to buy or sell that currency using that index. So yeah, I do think it's a good tool. Okay, so dollar, I mean, we could still be in for this. We could still be in for that. Daily, on our daily chart, we've got our inverted hammer here. But, you know, it seems to be maybe we're making up, you know, of a kind of pattern like this where for theory dictates we move to the upside. It may just take a little bit of time because of the move that we have had. So, you know, again, 70-30, we've moved quite well over the last 2 weeks, I guess. And we're just in that corrective, we're digesting it. So albeit you're from this daily bar, you're expecting possible downward movement, but it's how far we actually go. So it's difficult to think about the dollar. You know, if we break underneath this, you know, trend line we're obviously respecting, then yeah, it wouldn't look too bad for a movement down. You know, maybe we could get something like this before moving to the downside, down to here again, test that support area. But in terms of bias, I mean, intraday, you could look here and here. Above here would obviously look good. Below here would mean that inverted hammer maybe taking control. But how far do we move to the downside? Let's have a look on smaller time frames. I'm just trying to get a bias for the day ahead, really. You know, we're respecting here. We are respecting here. I mean, it's not a valid trend line, but let's just, I don't really like to put it in absolute terms, but let's just say we're looking at this. So we could come up here, and continue with that. The hourly here is not too bad, actually, closing in 25 minutes. If it closes above that 200, above that 20, maybe we get similar circumstances we saw. Fair enough, this was prior to the Russia-Ukraine situation here, where it kind of looks similar to that on smaller time frames, right? So, dollar. It does look from, if I was looking at this on any other circumstance, I would say maybe it looks better for shorts. But I just have an inkling, if we do get a decent close on this 1 hour, maybe the dollar pushes on today. Maybe we get something like that where it does push on quite nicely. So I'm gonna roll with that in terms of my bias for the dollar today, just with that gut feeling. But in terms of actual confirmation, we've got to wait for a breakout of above here and below here for that real directional bias. I just think it moves up. The reason I'm saying it is the opposite of what the technicals say, which I've been wrong with. So let's go with that. Okay, watch list today. As I said, not a lot on the watch list, which is why I've booked golf for this afternoon, which I'm excited for. Bitcoin is okay, though. Bitcoin is even though there's 2 on a watch list, if I do get Bitcoin, which I may not now, but I would be happy with that. What I'm looking for in this 4 hour, right, and this has to happen on this 4 hour unless it's a potential morning star where we get our doji. If I zoom in here. Here we go. So here's our context, cup with handle. Here, cup with handle. Nice. God's sake, what's going on? Why has that happened? There we go. So cup with handle here. Price action moving up into this is nice and healthy. Corrective push on. Creating our handle with this corrective impulse and a decent break to the upside coming on volume. I don't particularly like this candle, which is why I'm saying that if it needs to show me something, it's got to show me something either on this candle or on the preceding one. I don't think this can turn into an ABC purely because of where that 20 is. It's starting to stagnate a little bit. So I want to see a closure, which is in, still got an hour and 20 minutes, and a lot can happen in the crypto market in an hour and 20. If we get something like this coming on, increasing volume, that would make it a lot better. Again, visualizing what price action is going to look like because of this particular bar. So, yesterday it looked really good. We were getting that price acceptance, and then, this last bar has made it a little bit worrisome. So we need the market to tell us it wants to push up before we take that to the upside. So daily is okay. We're breaking through, as I said, these anchors and taking a play up to that 45K and letting it run as much as it wants to run. I like the idea of right now, but that RTE, the reason to enter, the market's not telling us yet. So I do need that, as I said, now on this 4 hour closure, which can happen, or on the next. But it does look on smaller time frames that we're just within this, corrective channel. So it maybe we don't want to break. If we can break and we do get that push, then, as I said, it's still got time. It would potentially look good from this movement here. So Bitcoin potential longs is on the cards. I kind of like it. And the other one is, I think it's gold against the euro. Is it gold against the euro or silver? Yeah, gold against the euro. Here. So this is okay as well. I was looking at this as a potential breakout in the 4 hour. The problem with this breakout retest will be this 200 MA, which will be a period of, or an area of dynamic support to price. So I can't look at this as a breakout because our 1-to-1 is in line with that. Daily looks okay. We've got our V reversal here on the daily. And not only that, we're getting this period of consolidation, this digestion from this decent impulse. So we pulled up to that 20. We had a decent bar yesterday coming on high volume. So our confluence is there, albeit it is a counter trend trade with this, but we have got this little move and this V reversal, and this is what we kind of use that pattern for. So that doesn't look too bad. Context is good. Cup with handle here, or V reversal ABC. Excuse me, sorry. V reversal ABC. Oh, sorry guys, let me just put this on silent. There we go. So V reversal ABC, or cup with handle, AB shallow C. What I mean, what ideally I would like to happen is this does accumulate for another couple hours before a break, and then we get our 5 to 15 hours on a retest, so that possibly if we get our let's just say ideally our bearish engulfer here, that coincides with a potentially this 200 starting to come up, so we close underneath it. If that happens or not, we have to wait and see. That would be quite good, but this pesky 200 is in the way. I don't mind it though. I don't mind it on that daily. I just can't take a trade when the 200 is there. So if we do get that, slightly a little bit more of accumulation, maybe we continue with this. It may coincide with a crossover of that 4 hour 200. But that's about it, guys. That's about it. So Bitcoin will be the main one. Let's see if it does set up. If it does, I would absolutely take it. And, you know, as long as there's a good bullish bar on volume. But really, that's all I'm looking for today. Just because of these massive extensions. You know, GU was a little bit frustrating. I have to say. We just absolute clip there. We got caught in them. We try not being caught in them, but we did get caught in them on that break. You know, I thought we had our fake out here, but it went and did us again, which happens. And a decent break there. So, hey, that's trading. My USD TAR I took on this was, you know, typical was a really nice. It was in a really nice place, moving back to the downside. So that's got to go off. I mean, we could get a potential daily retest here, but I'm not going to put that on the watch list just yet. But yeah, that's a nice trade. There's a few other ones on the daily, but again, there's no point in me talking about it. USD Mexican could potentially be setting up, but you know, it's got a ways to go. So that's about it, folks. Anything you guys? Oh, sorry, I was going to do USD Turkish for silver. Let me know if you guys want me to look at anything. USD Turkish. I presume you're looking at a 4 hour breakout, Martin. Is that what you're looking at? Here. Martin, sorry, silver, not Martin. From this area, I mean, this is nice consolidation here. And look at that, coming on volume. Let's just have a look at trading view with this. Because that is actually not bad. Let me have a look at trading view. I just want to get rid of these wicks. Because they kind of mess it up a little bit. It would be probably an in and out in a day kind of trade, I guess, because of that horrible swap, or potentially 1 or 2 days. I mean, is that what you're looking at, silver? I don't know whether you're looking at a breakout or breakout retest. So here, head and shoulders, corrective in, had a slight fake, getting a hammer here on increasing volume. It's actually not bad. Let's have a look at the daily. I mean, daily is good as well, right? From this long period here. That's pretty nice. It's whether it can move today, you know? Oh, you took it yesterday. Oh, sorry. You hit your 1-to-1, got greedy, and then break it. Okay, fair enough. Sorry, I thought you were looking at the breakout retest. I presume maybe you got your 1-to-1 on this little movement to the upside here. Okay, if you're in now in a day, good. That's actually nice, though, you know? Let's have a look at the daily on trading view. Well, that looks a hell of a lot different, doesn't it? Slight pullback here. The issue is, you know, this is the issue for movement up, in which case, if you get caught in that, then obviously not great. But it's not a bad little corrective. As I said, the daily doesn't have to go to the 20 from this move. Breakout from here. This was very fundamentally based, but, you know, we're kind of setting ourselves up or resetting up now. Broken out of this zone, broken out of this wick. We've kind of retested this wick as well here. Right, the 4 hour looks good. 4-hour looks good. It's interesting, you know. Do we think this is enough here? I mean, we are back to the 20, and we kind of... It is kind of... It is... I mean, it is enough. It looks nice there, doesn't it? Looks nice there. We've got our head, you know, look at this as a head and shoulders. Forget these wicks because they obviously did not happen. You know, from this move, we got on in this breakout here, right? Took some profits. Basically, we took that profits perfectly. I remember on that move here. I think we took them basically just at here. I mean, perfect on that particular one. It's not going to happen all the time. I tell you what, I could be taking that. I could be taking that. Great risk reward. The only issue is it needs to go, you know, today or tomorrow. I mean, we could probably handle a one-day swap, but really that's all you can handle on USD Turkish. I thought the swaps were reduced, but anyway. What moves the Turkish? Do you know what? I'm not entirely sure, Martin. I'm not entirely sure. It's not something I've traded for too long. I'd have to go in and do the research. I'd just go with what I saw in the kind of charts, really. So, hey, maybe somebody goes and does the research and helps the community out. But this was really nice. I mean, this was a really nice. I'll tell you what moves it. It's hair transplant. It's hair transplants and lip. What is it? Lip fillers. That's what moves the Turkish. I remember going on my holiday to Spain, and everybody had the you know, the bloody thing over their head. It's unbelievable. You walk around. We stayed in Istanbul for 2 nights, and everybody you seen, not everybody, but a lot of people you seen was walking around with a bandage on their head. Hey, you never know. I might go there soon. Fear of inflation, yeah. I mean, that was the big move here, right? That was the big move here on that Turkish. I tell you, I do like that. It's just such a shame about that swap. Because look at the volume coming in. US dollar, I mean, my gut feeling is that moves up. It's not against the Turkish in the basket. That's important to note. But it does add a little bit of confluence. With that 4-hour closing in just over an hour. I'll tell you what, let's look at that at 1 o'clock when that 4-hour closes, and I'll decide if I want to take it, just because the risk reward is nice. Just because that risk reward is nice. USD Turkish. Aussie Swiss long. Okay, I'll look at Aussie Swiss long. Morning, Nick, mate. Morning, James. Hope you guys are well. Aussie Swiss. Aussie Swiss. The Swiss is a little less extended than the yen, but again, I just look at this and I think I've kind of got to be okay not taking it. Do we take that, Aussie Swiss? Here. Oh, no, I didn't because of that 200, right? I'm looking for a retest. Anyway, hindsight's a great thing. I just worry about buying it up here. You know, I probably said that here and here, but you know, from the way my mind works is we've moved pretty extensively. Not the nicest thing here on the 30-minute. Price action on the lower time frames is a wee bit better, but it might need a bit of a harder reset to make it a wee bit very Scottish this morning, wee bit healthier. 4 hours is 4 hours better than the others, but more, I couldn't bring myself to long up here. We're getting some stalls, some stalling momentum as well, so it could be in line for a pullback. In which case, buying on a pullback still does, you know, make sense, but I'd rather wait for a daily pullback to go long on that Aussie Swiss. You know, we could come back and retest this area here, but the momentum is there. Momentum is there. So I wouldn't be surprised if it did push on a wee bit more. But well, what are you thinking? What are you thinking, Martin? You could have gotten. I guess you could have gotten in down here. No? 3-bar retest. Somewhere down here. Is that where are you in this? 1 hour trend continuation to the upside. Yeah, I would just worry. You know, if you're in down there, that would have been all right. Did that not fit your plan? 1, 2, 3. Boom. Yeah, that's why I worry about the Aussie, to be honest. But I mean, who knows? The market's moved a little bit, like not like as we expected. So, but yeah, I just can't buy it up there. It's just gone. It would be. I think it would be a little bit of FOMO for me. Waiting for a deeper pullback would be a little bit healthier. Yeah. Wait. So you're not in it, or you are in it from here? I'm confused. You're in it or not? You're not in it. Because I see what you're looking for. I see it here. Definitely see it there. Ah, okay, I get you. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I would just be a little bit worried about a deeper corrective. So, you know, taking profits. I mean, are you 1-to-1? If you're entered here, are you about 1-to-1? Did you get enough of that? I would certainly look at protecting. You know, if we get some decent bearish action on London Open, maybe a possible pullback day. You know, you don't want to lose that trade. But again, you've got to stick to your personal plan. For me, but yeah. Yeah. I'll just let you guys type. Anything else you guys want me to look at, let me know. Pound CAD up. I mean, also the other thing, Martin, is you can just wait for. I mean, you've got to stick to your plan, but you know, wait for a swing, just because of that extension. You know, wait for a swing. Maybe you could even put it there for your anchor, so if it does come down, because we had a slight fake out here, maybe. But I would certainly look at protecting capital right now. Okay, pound CAD 1 hour up. Pound CAD 1 hour up. One hour up. Are you looking from here? I presume somewhere here. I don't particularly like that silver, just because of where this is here. Right, although you have got this, but we're you know, we've got outside bullish engulfer here, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not really taking to move up. Break a B wave, it's still possibly getting that price acceptance underneath B wave. 20 period is curling down. Daily trend is down. CAD has obviously been very strong. You have got the doji candle here on the daily. But I don't think I would want to buy that. And you might not. You probably won't get the setup anyway, depending on what happens on London. 1.671. 1.6. 1.6710. Oh, I'm on EURUCAD. Sorry, mate. I'm on EURUCAD. What an idiot. Apologies, Silver. Okay, let's have a look at this. What's that? The wrong chart. Okay, well here, yeah, I see what you're looking at. Yeah, I mean, we'd prefer this to come back down a little bit more because of this move. So that needs to be digested. Breakout retest. If it does set up, yep. That would make sense. Confluence here on the daily. The good thing is, as I said, it's extended, right? So we're getting fake outs to the downside. Probably a lot of retail getting FOMO and trying to sell this, and we possibly start to move back up. That's, yeah, I like that. Idea, Silver. Getting a reaction around, you know, here. Technically, this is an anchor. Here's possibly your key swing. So you've got time to get there. Obviously, it's counter trend. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, depending on how that early sets up. 1.67. I'm looking at the same thing. Yeah, 671. Yeah, I'm looking at the same thing. Yeah, you got confluence there with the counter trend with that daily chart. And it's good that there has this slight fake out movement back up. The only issue is if we do have a fake out, are we moving to stop locations to take people out and then we move back down? That could certainly happen. But yeah, if it sets up, I don't mind that, Silver. I don't mind that. 1-to-1 almost hits, but it keeps coming back. Ugh. Yeah, no, that feels like the hanging man on the weekly. Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, where's it gone? Why has it done that? What the hell's happened here? Anyway, yeah, I'll take your word for it. I don't know what's just happened there with my chart. Yeah, I certainly, for me, I would just lock in some, certainly some break even. I sold G almost 1.33 and it's running at 1.4, but I'd like to see it retest to 1.32. I feel a bit weird about it though after that strong push. I sold GU. I mean, this could be, from just looking at this here for me now, impulse, possible loss of momentum, maybe a harder reset before movement back up. Let's have a look at GU. Oh yeah, sorry, we were kind of looking at it, right? Yeah, could come back down. Decent push yesterday. Bit of money on the retracement. I still think my bias is long now, certainly from that daily chart. That's a decent bar yesterday. It still does look like less a corrective, but path of least resistance is still to the downside. So if the dollar decides to strengthen up, we could see a little bit of movement down on this in terms of a pullback. But it does look, you can just look at it here, losing momentum a little bit, right? So sometimes if you do get it, you could get that harder reset before continuation on smaller time frames, possibly. So yeah. Doesn't resonate. I mean, your strategy doesn't resonate with me, Nick. That's I think we know that, but that's fine. Not resonate with me. Obviously, we trade different ways, but yeah, 1.32 psychological number. Could do. Yeah. You could get. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree with you, Nick. Looking at that chart to see if you get a shift of momentum. Yeah. All right, guys, good to see so many of you back on. I do wish it was, as I said all the time, I do wish it was a bit more exciting. Let's have a quick look at Bitcoin, what it's doing before I head off and play golf in the afternoon because, it doesn't look like we're going to get that. It may be, as I said last week, and maybe next week where things start to brighten up. But with those extensions, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Let's see. All right, guys, have a great day. Remember to trade safe, and I'll see you all in the morning. Wait. All right, I'll wait. Do you see the head and shoulders on the 15-minute on EU? Nope. Did not, Nick. 15-minute on EU. Head and shoulders. Where are you looking? Here, I mean, it's technically not because this is higher. Are you looking from a longer term perspective? Or are you looking here? Then you got this. So maybe this. Breakthrough here. EU down. I presume that's what you're looking at. Yeah? You already got Jackie Cook. Don't worry, Martin. 4 hour, 4 hour EU shorts looks nice. 4 hour EU shorts there. I mean, very simple. From here, EU shorts, loss of momentum here on the 4 hour, back to that 20. Could be a good place to enter. Daily, you do have a hammer bar here on the daily, on high volume again, but we dissected it a little bit. It still might put a little bit of doubt in your mind, but in terms of EU shorts on a 15-minute time frame, it does look good. That does look good. Does look good, yeah. Just from a general perspective. I mean, it could be a trade that if the dollar does decide to strengthen off, then it could be in a really nice position in terms of remember the milk, ready to move. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So you're in this from here. Are you in this here? Deeper pullback. Stops at break even, because obviously if it comes up, it's the premise of the trade is lost, right? 71, yeah. Good, well done. Well done, yeah, I like that. I like that on the 15 minutes. It looks, there's certainly an argument for it. Certainly an argument for it. Yeah, okay. Alrighty, is that it? Anything else, Nick? No? Good. All right, guys, have a great day. And no worries, buddy. No worries. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Stay safe. Peace.